Street food is the heartbeat of the Philippines. It's where the best flavors meet the lowest prices, where community gathers, and where every vendor is a master of their unique, fiery grill. You can find everything from skewered chicken intestines to fertilized duck eggs. It's cheap, it's vibrant, and it is undeniably delicious. But can you survive on it? I mean, really survive. For the next 7 days, I'm embarking on the 7 days living only on Filipino street food challenge. My rules are strict: everything I eat and drink must be purchased from a street vendor, a cart, or a roadside stall. No cooking at home, no grocery store runs, and no restaurant meals. This isn't just a food tour. It's a social and economic experiment to see if I can sustain myself physically, financially, and mentally on the diet that feeds millions of Filipinos every day. The first day is all about strategy and shock. I hit the streets of Manila with a budget that reflects the typical street food consumer, meaning I have to be smart. Breakfast is simple and satisfying. I grab some warm puto and kutsinta, those sweet, colorful rice cakes, paired with a piping hot cup of black coffee from a roadside stall. Total cost so far is less than 50 pesos. It's sweet, filling, and gives me a sugar rush to start the day. Lunch is where things get interesting. I find a cart specializing in fried foods. I order Kwek, those bright orange, battered quail eggs, and a couple of skewers of fishball and squid ball. The thrill of dipping them into the communal vinegar and chili sauce is pure Filipino joy. But by mid-afternoon, the initial novelty wears off, and I start to realize the first major hurdle: water. I can only buy bottled water from the street vendors, which quickly eats into my budget. This challenge is already revealing the hidden costs of survival. Dinner on day 1 is an iconic experience. It's time for Isaw, the grilled chicken intestines, and Oridos, the grilled chicken feet. The smell of the charcoal grill is intoxicating. The taste is smoky, savory, and chewy. It's an adventure for the palate. But as I finish, a sense of mild anxiety creeps in. My stomach feels full, but my body is already craving fresh vegetables and fiber. The diet is heavily processed, fried, or grilled, and loaded with sugar, salt, and fat. I realize this challenge will quickly become a battle against nutritional imbalance, not just hunger. Day 2 starts with a surprising sluggishness. I opt for lugor, a thick, savory rice porridge, topped with a few pieces of tokwa fried tofu. It's comforting and feels healthier, but it still costs me a chunk of my daily allowance. My energy levels are spiking and crashing violently throughout the day, a clear sign of the sugary drinks and high-carb meals. This challenge is forcing me to confront the unsustainable reality of survival eating.
By day 3, the mental game has begun. I'm actively searching for color in my meals. I try kansi, a version of street-side beef broth that I hope contains some nutrients, but it's mostly meat and oil. I'm starting to get creative with dipping sauces, desperately looking for a balance of sour and spicy to cut through the heavy oil. I discover a vendor selling steamed corn on the cob, a small victory for fiber intake. This is the ingenuity of the Filipino street. If you look hard enough, you can find a pocket of something slightly healthier. The financial pressure is constant. Every purchase is a microeconomic decision. Should I buy a second bottled water or save that money for a larger dinner portion? Should I walk further to a cheaper vendor or save the energy? It makes me appreciate the absolute necessity of resourcefulness for those who live this way every single day. For many Filipinos, street food isn't a weekend treat. It's a lifeline. Day 4 hits me with the stomach rebellion. My body is struggling to process the constant barrage of fried foods, questionable oil quality, and intensely seasoned meat. I have to slow down. I spend the morning sipping on a simple, hot ginger tea purchased from a vendor, my first real attempt at self-medication the street food way. My lunch is dictated by necessity and safety. I go for freshly cooked saba con yellow, sweetened bananas and shaved ice, which is pure sugar, but the ice provides temporary relief and hydration. That evening is a big moment. It's time for balut, the fertilized duck embryo. For me, it's a mental barrier. I order it from a trusted vendor, adding salt and vinegar, and I eat it slowly, savoring the broth and the texture. It's packed with protein and nutrients, making it one of the most efficient survival foods on the street. It's a powerful symbol of the challenge of food that is shocking to outsiders, but a vital, nutrient-dense source for locals. By day 5, I am noticing physical changes. My skin feels different, and my sleep is erratic. My focus is entirely on food when I can eat next, and what is the safest, most filling option within budget. The variety of street food is vast, but the underlying nutritional profile is shockingly narrow. I'm craving a giant, fresh salad, the kind of meal I usually take for granted. I managed to find a vendor selling fresh fruit salad cut up on the spot, using condensed milk instead of dressing. Not perfect, but a necessary break from the fried fats. The most fascinating part of this challenge is the social interaction. Every vendor has a story, a family relying on the small earnings from their grill. They are constantly adapting, managing their inventory, and competing fiercely but politely with the stall next door. They are masters of logistics and micro-entrepreneurship. I learned that every cart is a small, self-contained business engine, representing the relentless spirit of Filipino commerce. On day 6, I decide to focus on the truly iconic skewers. I spend my entire lunch budget on a pile of proven, deep-fried chicken proventriculus and Betamax grilled, congealed chicken blood squares. These foods exist because no part of the animal goes to waste, reflecting an ancient, powerful resourcefulness. They are intensely flavorful and surprisingly filling, but the physical toll is undeniable. My energy is waning, and I feel mentally foggy. The initial fun has given way to a grinding endurance test. That evening, I have my favorite street food of the week, taho. It's the simple, warm silken tofu, doused in brown sugar syrup and tiny sago pearls. It's soft, comforting, and gentle on my protesting stomach. The Manong Magtata vendor, carrying his buckets, is a walking institution, a reminder of the quiet dignity in this kind of hard work. Day 7, the final day, is a mix of relief and profound respect. I choose to end the challenge with a repeat of the most efficient meal luga, this time with an egg for maximum nutrition. Looking back, the challenge proved two things. First, the Filipino street food economy is a marvel of affordability and flavor, sustaining a vast population with creativity and hard work. Second, living exclusively on it, even for a week, is nutritionally unsustainable and incredibly taxing on the body. It takes immense resilience and discard just to navigate the constant health and financial calculations. This was more than just a food challenge. It was a week-long education in the economics of scarcity, the ingenuity of survival, and the endless spirit of the people who rely on these simple, smoky carts every single day. I walk away with a deep appreciation for the complexity behind a single skewer and a renewed commitment to promoting food security and healthy choices.